And welcome back to Sports Chatter, our second episode, which will be our best, I have a feeling. I'm Scott.
Actually, I think this is out of bounds with Scott and John.
You bastard.
But that's okay.
What did I say again?
You said Sports Chatter. That's the other sports show in here.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was looking at the monitor. I'm sorry.
That's
hey,
all right.
Free plug for your other show.
Yeah, I know, right?
Oh, wow. So we're going to jump in topic. The Dallas Mavericks win their first ever NBA final in 31 years. What a series that was.
I know a lot better. I think a lot of people thought that Miami would run away with that series.
I didn't. I really didn't.
Right, I didn't either. A lot of people didn't like the matchup with what I like to call the little three now against the Dallas Mavericks. Dallas Mavericks won this championship off of team effort. There was really no one guy that really stood out.
Everybody put in their effort. I mean, even on the bench.
Right, because let's face it, Game 6, Dirk Nowitzki came out, and actually in the first half, he was like, what, 1 of 12 in the first half?
Yeah, I mean, I think he ended up finishing the game with like 20 points. It wasn't a great effort, but he had a great team. Like, Barea came big, Jason Terry came big.
You want me to tell you who I honestly thought was the MVP of that team in this series?
I would assume probably Barea.
No.
Jason Terry?
No. Sean Marion.
Yes.
Look at his point totals. Look at the defense he played. I mean, let's give the guy credit. He's guarding LeBron James, who a lot of people say is, let's face it, he's one of the top 5 players in the league. He could go 1 through 5 depending on the case that you make.
See, I'll disagree. He's a great athlete, but I don't think he's a great basketball mind. But he is probably the best athlete in the NBA right now. And it is hard to guard him.
I agree with that. But to a lot of the people out there,
Miami fans,
right, they're going to tell you he's a top 5 player, which I agree with.
Not
what you're
Cleveland.
saying. Right. But if you look at his games through the series, he was so consistent, not in and not out every night they played. I think he was in double figures every night. He rebounded the ball well, and he played defense good enough. Because let's face it, guarding a guy like LeBron for 6 or 7 straight games, he's going to get his. That's just the way it goes when you guard players. Like, face Michael Jordan. Every game that the Bulls ever lost, he still went for maybe 30 or 40, but you still beat him sometimes as a team.
And LeBron, he passed the ball a lot in the finals, which is kind of, you didn't think he would do that. You'd think he would actually take the big shots.
Well, LeBron doesn't want to take big shots. We've seen it time and time again. He did the same thing in Cleveland. Every time it got late in games, he wanted to dish to Mo Williams for the 3 or to Mo Williams in the corner for a jump shot. He doesn't handle the ball well late in games. I don't think he wants the ball late in games. He wants to leave it up to D. Wade. And let's face it, Game 6 the other night, they had a chance to get back in that game. And LeBron James goes to the hole. He gets stripped by Jason Kidd. Dwayne Wade gets the ball stolen from him by Jason Terry. And then he dribbles the ball off his foot late in that game. And they were only down I think 2 or 4 at that time.
Yeah, I mean, it was a mental lapse on Wade's part, who was, their big closer. But it was still a good series nonetheless.
No, don't get me wrong. It was a great series.
Wow.
Mark Cuban kept his mouth shut.
Which is surprising.
Well, actually, the players, from what I heard, Rick Carlisle and the players, the coach, they went to him and said, let us play basketball. We don't need the distraction of you to the ref. We don't need a technical. We don't need a foul. We don't need the extra distraction. And to his credit, he did a good job of that for this series. And he's always been that loud.
Yeah. Whose mom did he call her son a thug? What was that? Was that Jason Richards?
I think it was. I think it was Jason Richardson or somebody.
Wow. But, okay, so I heard about this. I was listening to the radio this morning. Sean Marion was on the radio, and he was talking about how Mark Cuban was originally going to buy the team championship bracelets instead of rings.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, I actually, the team brought it up. They want the ring. They're going to get a ring, and I hear Mark Cuban actually is going to get him a ring and something else.
Yeah. When you work that hard I think the ring just symbolizes a championship in pro sports. I mean, even in college sports, you get a ring. When you think about you win a college football, the national championship, you get a ring.
Mm-hmm.
The bracelet is almost a side deal, so kudos, I say kudos to him for listening to his players and giving them what they want plus
But we gotta wrap this up. We're gonna do quick burns. John, what's your quick burn?
Quick burn, Pete Carroll, you were wrong. USC's paying a price. Get over it. It was your fault. It was your players' fault. That's why they're getting penalized. I don't want to hear any more out of you.
In my quick burn, since he took up the Ohio State time, and I didn't get to really talk about Terrell Pryor, I agree with John. You're not going to be nothing in the NFL. You're going to be a Canadian Football League backup, a career backup player in the Canadian Football League, or maybe NFL Europe, who knows, or maybe the Indoor Football League. We'll see you on the Carolina Speed one year. All right, guys, I'll do it for Out of Bounds with John and Scott. See, I got it right this time.
Yeah, I know, man. I'm glad about that. Y'all tune in next week
We'll
for
see
the next show.
week. Hey, we might talk about the NBA draft next week.
Yes, I think we will.
All right, guys, take it easy.
All right, take it easy.